Hi, everybody. I hope you all are ready for more MSQ. We've returned from Elpis. We know what's causing the final days. Obviously, that means everything is gonna be fine now. Easy peasy, easy clap. Problem solved. Nothing else bad is gonna happen. Right? Switch over to the game. There we go. There's our girl. Nothing could possibly go wrong now. Exactly! Like, this is basically the end of Final Fantasy XIV. The Warrior of Light isn't going to run into any more problems ever at all. Because we know it's causing the final days. And you know what they say? Knowledge is power. I bet that is, like, literally the motto of Charlian, right? They like knowledge, ergo, knowledge is power. That's why they hoard it, right? Hoard knowledge, hoard power. Nothing wrong has ever happened because of that. Anyway, let's go talk to Kryl. Oh, and Tataru's here. You have a knack for turning up exactly when needed, and this is no exception. Shizune? Impeccable timing, as always. I'd heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Yeah, I was off somewhere, all right. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had some few developments. Oh boy. Good ones, I hope. Which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. You have no idea how good it is to be back. Wait until I tell you where I've been. That's right, I forgot. They just think I went to the first to talk to Elpis. They have no idea where I've been. So, funny story. As the heavens burn, though you and Kryl both have news to share, hers is perhaps the more urgent. I mean, to be fair, I don't think the Warrior of Light had a chance to tell the others. She just got back. I don't think link pearls work across the rift between worlds. So, have you learned aught more of the final days? Oh boy, you might want to sit down for this one, Kryl. Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the first, yeah, my time on the first, events here have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain where and why of it, Alize and Elfino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Aminos is one of the worst affected. They went to Corvos without me? They went to Corvos without me? Bankred, Asinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. Make it more obvious that it was supposed to be a region in 6.0 Final Fantasy XIV, please. By all means. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages, and it was an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Y'shtola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon. An ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades, in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortuno to the people of Radzat Han. Following their discussion, Vertred declared his support for the plan and urged those who wished to evacuate to accept the forum's invitation. So far, so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. I mean, it is faster. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alize, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long after. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now... The final days have come to Garlemald. I mean, I'm pretty sure the final days is everywhere, guys. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortuno. Then, panic broke out, and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Shizune. Please, you must help them. Leave it to me. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you'd best start there. Hopefully, Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be making it or walking into, so you had best take every possible precaution. It pains me to send you off alone into unknown peril after you've only just returned from unknown peril. But 12 willing, you won't be alone for long. I'll be sure to let Thancred and Y'shtola know you're back. At least they're still responding to their link pearls. Okay, Camp Broken Glass. Let's go. Also, damn, that almost sounds like shade that you're throwing there, Kryl. But no, seriously, it's so frustrating how often they mention Corvos by one name or another in this fucking expansion. But heaven forbid we actually get to go there. Alphino and Alize and the others get to go there, but not Shizune. Shizune. And not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze, and it's events on the ground that concern me. But it's events on the ground that concern me. As you will have heard, your fellow Cylons have arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glakis that the Forum's airship had landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched out your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you are ready to depart. Time for several cutscenes to play in sequence. Everybody get comfy. Earlier on the Magna Glakis. Oh, run, dude, run!
No. No. We were promised an escape. Not the same doom we fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy.
Oh, yes.
Come, we must build a line of defense.
Because everybody knows telling people not to be afraid is the best way to make them not be afraid.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I can handle this pair.
You shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
Damn. Oh, right. This is one of those.
I'll command the beast's attention. See to the wounded.
Help is at hand.
What? Easy peasy. Oh.
Leave it to me.
No, guys, it's okay. Oh, hey, look, it's Papa, and he's healing.
Those who can stand, come with me.
Yeah, what a concept. He's actually doing things. Oh, it's okay.
safe
You're
now.
okay. You're okay. I know it's scowy, but it's okay.
Easy now. Deep breaths.
I'm trying to see if I spot any other familiar faces out there. Or if it is just Papa.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Alphino's fine. He's got a Sinian. He's got Big Brother. I did check what my skill suit. Come here, Justinian. I'm gonna follow Justinian. There we go. We're good. I wasn't paying attention to that AoE, but we are all good. Everything is okay. We did it! Oh! Whoop!
They fight hard, but not hard enough.
Oh, I should probably heal myself, huh? Hang on. Let me fix that real quick. Oh! Estinian, please! Reminder to everybody, I'm not a healer main. Or really much of a healer at all. I like to punch. With my bows. Or with my arrows, rather.
Help! Someone, please!
What?
No. Don't. I don't want to die.
Yo!
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
You baby! I'm so proud of you!
Wait, that's
Yeah, huh?
Euless and the army.
So, you've recovered then?
In time enough to be of aid, for once. We can speak of it more later.
But man, imagine if Nero and Sid
For now,
and
we
our
must
other
fight.
Garlean friends that we
To
had
repay your
definitely
salvation
brought
in
with
kind,
us from
or with
Eorzea.
better. For Garlemald has her pride!
Imagine Euless having to work together with Nero. While
Of
Nero
that
and
I've
Sid
no
bicker
doubt.
like a married couple.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army. Oh!
And your daughter. And her cat best friend.
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
Oh, her favorite words.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
Yeah, now I get to play as best girl. Whoop. Do. Run! We've got you. So you okay? Assuming Alphino took after Fortuno, does that mean Alize is what would happen if you gave Emiliance a sword? Man, turns out that, like, Emiliance totally has experience on the battlefield.
Today.
And that's why she knows what Fortuno is like on the battlefield. But her kids just do not know that she's actually, like, some badass combatant. That would be incredible. And I bet she takes down all of her enemies with that same smile that she has, like, all the time. Whoop. Which one did you go for? Okay, we're good. Graha, it's fine. You're not the only one here who can heal. I just realized he's on his mage, or he's using his mage weapon instead of tanking.
I'm
Okay.
not done yet.
Hell yeah.
Don't worry about. The air crackles with energy. Find cover.
This is familiar.
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
What? Let's go.
On guard.
Alize, I love you.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back. Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you from Purusha.
You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out!
Get out of here! Quickly!
Go, Raha!
I won't
Yeah.
lose them. Not a one. This will be a brighter future. I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve.
Sorry, Graha. Turns out you only spared the world by like gave it an extra year compared to your own timeline. Actually, things might technically be better in his other timeline.
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of her as it is. You mustn't let our sword in the darkness fight alone.
Someone say my name?
Oh.
Why you should never skip your squat regimen? Hey, no, there was no weakties. No, there was a thigh shot, but no. I'm back.
I can look after myself, you know.
Everything's in order? I trust?
We'll talk about that later.
I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
Also, am I not wearing
Trio for the ages.
Oops, I'm wearing the wrong thing underneath. That's what the problem is. Alright. I'll fix that later. Oh, right, because they don't have those shorts on this job. Normally, I use the Makai shorts on when I'm on Bard, but Viper shares the gross, ugly gear with Ninja, so no shorts for me. Not unless I want to buy a cash shop outfit on this character, which I don't.
Just the beginning.
So that's what the knockback was about.
This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. With me!
Hey, Raha, what's with that HP bar, friend? You should do something about that. Ah, I see.
Leave the healing to me. I am in your debt.
Oh, are we about... Oh, it's just jumping. Okay.
Now, where were we?
Beating this guy up. We win! I am winner.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Sharlayan is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon.
Why is it a sanctuary? Why is it safer than the planet? Medion isn't specifically targeting anything. She's just singing and letting her song reach wherever it reaches. Why would you be safe on the moon?
Join us on our journey there and beyond to new horizons. Come to old Sharlayan, please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
It seems they've a new destination.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there! More of them.
Why are you surprised?
Xenos. Here.
Why are you surprised?
You'll be alright. Hurry to the airship.
The last time we saw him was on the moon. Why would he be anywhere other than in Garlemald somewhere?
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is and has ever been my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine. Yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust.
You caused the apocalypse. Why the fuck do you think that that wouldn't be my priority over you? You're so stupid.
So I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about.
Yeah, sorry, Euless. Your prince is a sociopath. I don't know how you didn't know this before.
Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
You bastard! For your own sake, Euless, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
Actually, yes.
What?
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better.
No, actually, like, knowing that there was some kind of purpose behind your suffering and people dying does help, asshole.
Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends. Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone.
That's not what he's looking for an answer to, asshole.
Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death.
That's my job.
But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos! Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want. Not even the battle you pine for so dearly.
Man, imagine if he had just been straight up denied.
You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
Put off, because I'm about to talk about a spoiler. If anybody doesn't know what happens at the end of Endwalker, mute me for a second. You'll be safe when I put the hood on and go back to magical girl mode. Okay, imagine if at the end of Endwalker, when Xenos challenges us again, we'd had the option to just say no and then fuck off. Okay, now that that's off my chest.
The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've
There we
asked
go.
mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
You don't agree with our intentions of stopping the final days?
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, it is only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
Let us keep him.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
Alright, time to talk to all of our friends. Though there'll be time later to discuss your journey to the first, there is one thing I must ask. Did you perchance speak with our friends in the Crystarium? As a matter of fact, I did. Lena has a message for you. Lena and Becklug both warned me against overexerting myself. Strange that they would express such similar sentiments, identical in fact, but their advice is duly noted. Gosh, it's almost like you built our reputation. That makes all of your loved ones worry when you're not in sight. We couldn't save them all, but if we'd arrived any later, it would have been a massacre. Things are looking bleak, things were looking bleak until you and the first turned up. That the final days should manifest here too, after everything these people have suffered, is a fate cruel beyond words. It's also not super surprising considering everything they've suffered. Nevertheless, with allies old and new at our side, there is yet reason to be hopeful. It's been a while since last we spoke. For some time I was not myself. Lucia and the others told me what happened that night, and about the events that took place while I was receiving treatment. It was only then that I realized the lengths you and yours go to. I know I might never be able to repay you, but I'll be damned if I don't try. And most of all, I want to thank you, all of you, for everything you've done and continue to do for the sake of my people. You're welcome. At the very least, I am glad our own members are accounted for. Right, everybody went back to Eorzea, so I can't go and look for the boyfriends, either sets of boyfriends. This is the contingent's base of operations, I take it. Yeah-huh? To see Xenos standing there so uncaring and unrepentant. Gods, I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came into mind. But looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope they don't incite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again. It's good to see you too, Elise. We still need to quiz you about your time on the first, if we ever get more than a moment's respite. Yeah, about my time on the first. Okay, everybody's still saying the same thing. Alright. Lucia is taking stock of the present situation.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Forchano Leveilleur.
Ah, so the twins are your fault.
And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
One of these days, I want Fortuno to introduce himself and just be like, you're where they came from.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much.
And then they meet Abeliance and like, oh, that's where they got it from.
You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships are taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
Wait a minute, Ash. Are you and Danny just taking turns now? 1 hour it's you, the other hour it's him. I'm now realizing in making you guys mods, I've basically been put in a cage where my mods feed me and hydrate me. He's copying you? Okay.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
Also, you're a good bean, Euless. You were just scared. And traumatized. We get that. Now let me take you back to Eorzea and give you good food and nice things. You deserve them. Although I realize
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
I'm also fully aware of the fact that it would be pretty hard to get him to actually leave Garlemald. This is his home.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuneau. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Sharlayan alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous.
No, it's just you raised him and taught him manners, and now he's like, hey, Dad. Hey, Dad, are you gonna say thank you? It's what you raised me to do.
I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
When have they ever tried to impede you? If anything, you've been the ones getting in our way.
I swear.
They just want to know what the fuck was going on.
Any other, I would doubt. But you, I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it.
Also, not once have we ever said that we wanted to get in your way.
Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
The First. You keep saying I went to the First. You guys will be sitting down, right?
Did you hear something just now?
Earwiggle? Oh, right. I forgot about this.
Where is this stars blast
everyone meet the Loprits. Loprits meet everyone.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. And to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort.
Oh shit, there's an ad. Okay. No. Ariane, shut up.
'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
We'll continue during the ads, or after the ads. I need to refill my water bottles anyway. Best Ellison boy? That's a weird way to... Danny, I think you're confused. That's not Estinian. That's not... Oh, Amaranth. That's not Guidalo. Not a Mariante hater, I just don't think he's best boy. I think there's a couple other Ellison who are ahead of him in line. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I need to refill my water pitcher. know. All right, we're back. Hi, everybody. Okay, let's continue with this silliness.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Alize, your thighs are exposed.
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Oriange's inferior works no more.
Oh, wait. Oriange can't cook, confirmed.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Aye, not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Oriange made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit.
That's not entirely your fault.
It was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they...
Hey, you know your collaborators on the moon? What were you expecting?
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I, bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Sharlayan, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
Putting away in the background.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside
Excuse me.
the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperids made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Proud of you. Good to haveth you back. May thy disciples banish the starkest of nights. Good to haveth you back.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well.
We make fun of him, it just flies right over his head.
Will thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Yeah!
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Can we take Euless with us? I know I just said he doesn't want to go, and I respect that, because this is his home, etc., etc. But can we take Euless with us anyway? I dare say Master Fortuno was as nonplussed as we were to learn the identity of Heidelin's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer the Forum. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra. I'm gonna need you to wait a little bit. Let's see here. I was doing side quests on Summoner. Let's do these side quests first. Northota is looking decidedly smug. Good to see you, Shizune. I've heard a great deal about your recent exploits, as has everyone else. That's why I feel confident from recommending you for associate-level hunts. The challenges you face from here on out will be significantly tougher to contend with, but I wager you can handle them. You've yet to give me reason to believe otherwise. Associate specimens are not only more threatening, but also more difficult to track down. You'll have to seek them out in the world's most inaccessible and inhospitable reaches, like bloody Garlemald. Gods, I hate that place. Now, if Ilsabard's unfriendly north was our only problem, I'd simply remind you to strap on your furs and take some ale for the road, but... Well, perhaps it's best if you look at, or if you ask Jalakshai, there we go, what she's working on. There's nothing quite like hearing it straight from the Chocobo's mouth. Alright. Yes, I heard from here. If Northota insists, I will tell you precisely what I'm dealing with at the moment. Let's look at this request from Chrysiel, shall we? She's Charlian's sole xenobiologist, a self-proclaimed one, mind you. And it's her raison d'etre to prove that life exists upon the stars other than our own, or upon stars other than our own. The astronomers have long since banned her from meetings and refused to request any request she makes on principle. But alas, we have no such luxury. She's been demanding samples from the moon for some time now, despite the obvious impossibility of acquiring them. Associate Huns often present such challenges, ones with no ready solution. Though we gleaners pride ourselves on our resourcefulness, all we can do in such cases is post them on the board and hope for a miracle. Try telling that to the clients, though. In any case, I would be thankful if you'd take a look at the board and try your hand at any bills that suit you. The guild ship has high hopes for your success. No pressure, of course. Of course. The last stand employee is having pudding problems. Ah, you're with the students of Baldesion, aren't you? Please, I need your help. As you may recall, some cute, chatty little rabbits were here with your people the other day. The other day? Whoops. Well, one of them, a fellow named Puddingway, later came asking for pudding. Unfortunately, he didn't have the money for it. Instead of paying, the boss suggested having him help around the place. The problem is, he doesn't seem to understand how things work. It must be very different where they come from. Anyway, if you have a moment, do you think you could accompany Puddingway on his errand? It's nothing complicated, just collecting the items on this list. While I can't offer much, there will be a little something in it for your troubles. Sure! Come here, buddy. Where are you? There he is. Oh, if it isn't Shizune! You've come at the perfect time to lend an ear to my woes. Ever since Urianger told me about it, it has been in my dream to taste the pudding of the star. Alas, that dream has been dashed, my quest for gastronomic pleasure thwarted. And by what? Something silly called Gil. I had heard about the skill before coming here, but who would have thought I'd need it to eat pudding? And so my heart's desire must forever go unfulfilled. Truly? I get to eat pudding, and all I need to do is fetch these things with you? I'll do it! For the love of Heidelin, I'll do it! That's a metal mold, some Delamont Fellow's cookbook, and a bottle of Yakao milk that we need, yes? Let's hop to it! Yeah! Do you want to review what we need? Then I'll read the list back to you. Let's see here. A metal mold from the Agora, some Delamont Fellow's cookbook from Numenon, and a bottle of Yakao milk from Halrisand at the Peristyle. That's everything. Alright. Then... oh, wait. No. Over here? Over here. From the last stand, are you? I heard they'd be sending someone. Here's the Yakao milk. Thank you. I can't wait for it to become delicious pudding. Ah, so that's what it's for. The milk's freshly squeezed, so I dare say it'll make a fine treat. Freshly squeezed milk? Is that the correct terminology? Anything new from you? Nope. Okay. Oh. This looks like it should be a shortcut. But no, it's just a ramp of lies. What can I help you with? You and your little bunny friend with? We need a metal mold. Something suitable for the making of delicious pudding. Do you have any? I do, as a matter of fact. This is for the last stand, I take it. I'll go ahead and put it on your account. Thanks for your custom. Alright, and then... we're gonna take the Ethernet over to Numenon, if that's okay with you guys. Oh, I forgot I was gonna do the Moonfire Fair stuff today. I have time. I might... Ah, I think this is the cookbook we're looking for. The note says it's ready to check, or already checked out for us. So all we need to do is grab it and bring it back. Yeah, now's a pretty good time. I'm just gonna finish up this side quest and then we will head over. Fortunately, there's only, like, it looks like one other side quest for now. But I know there's gonna be more that happen soon. So, yeah. How did it go? Were you able to obtain everything? Here you go, a metal mold, a metal vessel used for making sweets. Delamont's cookbook. This cookbook contains a collection of sweets recipes conceived by the legendary culinarian Delamont. A bottle of yak cow milk, so fresh, you would swear it's still warm. Wonderful. I'll set about making pudding at once. Not just any pudding either, but the famous rainbow pudding, born of the brilliant culinary mind of the legendary Master Delamont. This little one has wanted to try pudding so badly, it's only right that we serve him the very best. Aw, the wink. Cute. As for your good self, this isn't much, but please accept this as payment for your troubles. Wait, I don't get pudding? Why do I not get pudding? I want pudding. I get alien soup and Puddingway gets pudding? Maybe the Warrior of Light wants something sweet. Did you ever think of that? At long last, the pudding of the star. I can already taste it. So much better than Urianje's lackluster offerings. Actually, it makes sense that he'd be shit at cooking. Thank you ever so much. Because of you, not only do I get to eat pudding, I've learned a thing or two about their making to boot. As surely as my name is Puddingway, I'll endeavor to learn as much about this toothsome treat as I can. You do that. But also, share. Why is the reward for this not a pudding food? I'm mad. Okay. I don't have a good summer glam on this character, really. I know one thing I can do. Hang on. Actually, does Moonfire Fair give experience? That'd be so stupid, but let's see. Oops, hit level 89 because of, Moonfire Fair. Let's see if we can make it happen. I'm just gonna... Where is it? Where's my casual glamour? Here we go. Whoop, don't lift that! Yeah, this works. I mean, it's gonna transform me when I actually do the quest anyway, so, After Castle. Also, maybe the Loporits brought some ingredients from the moon and he made the soup with that? I don't know. If you haven't heard about this year's Moonfire Fair, Mayaru Moriyaru will steer you in the right direction. Ahoy, Shizune! Wishing you could sail away from the summer heat? This year's Moonfire Fair has exactly what you need. Oh, they come from the final zone? Then, aw! Maybe it's just an approximation of the food that will be known as alien soup someday. Our festival is the valorously perspiring face of the Adventurers Guild, so I beg you to partake in our offerings. This year's star attraction is the Queen Lamine, a ship fully remodeled into the ultimate seaside resort. If you seek thrills and some much-needed chill, head to Costa del Sol and speak with Chief Chaperone Hermega. Yeah, off we go. It is. There's a lot of little details with Endwalker where I feel like they didn't really think things through. Like the moon plan and how it doesn't really help with with dealing with the Song of Oblivion, or not the Song of Oblivion. Is it the Song of Oblivion, or is that the thing from the Bard quests? Anyway, point being, it doesn't really help, and having been there, Vanilla should have known better. Which just sort of leans into my belief that she either did it because she wanted to manipulate us, and basically use it kind of as a sort of Damocles to motivate us to end the final days, or she just did it because we told her it was something she could do and she can't really help herself because Primal of Light. Okay, then what's the thing from I may have to double check. I'll have to check in a minute. Ah, Shizune, precisely who I was hoping to see. Mayaru Moyaru sent you to help us, I expect. Well, don't be a stranger. Come up and I'll tell you all about our event. What was the thing from the Bard quests then? Disciple of War. No, oh, Ballad of Oblivion. Is it really Ballad of Oblivion and Song of Oblivion? Is that actually a thing that they did? Also, if that's the case, man, we should have gotten some Bard-specific dialogue out of that. Oh, I haven't been playing on Bard, but I would have remembered if there had been Bard-specific dialogue. If that sounds familiar. Cute. Welcome aboard the Queen Lamine. First, an overview of her facilities. Okay, here's the thing. I think the writers deserve a lot of credit for just like taking old plot points and making them feel like things were part of the plan all along. Considering the fact that they didn't know what Dynamis was until they were actually working on Endwalker, and therefore the Dancer quests were not actually hinting at anything Dynamis related. It just ended up working out that way. I highly doubt that the Bard quests were explicitly on purpose referencing Medion or anything, because they probably didn't even know what a Medion was back in Heavensward. It's just one of those funny things where things worked out really well. It's why, like, I've seen people be like, oh, all these cool things happen in 7.3. Obviously, it's because people, like, the devs heard people complaining about earlier parts in Dawn Trail and listened. It's like, no. I mean, some of it maybe, like, tiny little details, like, say, a certain cosmetic thing that happened. But in terms of big plot points, they would have started working on 8.0 not long after Dawn Trail dropped, because that's how they always do things. So the big overarching plot points Those have been in the works for a while and were part of the plan from the beginning before they even got those that feedback. As a good frame of reference of how far ahead they were, I remember after Shadowbringers dropped, there was a panel, I think it was, at some convention where they were talking about some of like how the technical stuff behind Shadowbringers and its development, like the way they got the whole the effect for Tesline's skin as she transformed into a Sin Eater and stuff. Very cool stuff. But one of the things they mentioned is that their original plan for Amarot was for it to be like really deep down. The original plan was not to hide it with fog, which is what they ended up doing. It was supposed to be a really deep down thing, and the Warrior of Light and their group was supposed to have to descend really deep down in order to reach it. And then they started working on Pagos and realized that there were technical limitations to how much of an elevation they could make between like the lowest point in the zone and the highest point in a zone. And they had to, like, it was because of stuff that they were dealing with Pagos, which would have been 4.2, 4.3. Yeah, it would have been 4.3 because Eureka, I don't think, dropped until 4.2. Yeah, because it was supposed to be 4.1. It got delayed, so 4.2. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so Pagos got released in 4.2. 4.3. I'm stupid. But so they would have been working on it around, like, you know, while they were working on it during 4.1, that's when they realized that they had run into issues with technical limitations for what they wanted to do with Amarot. Which means that's how far into Shadowbringers development they already were by the time 4.2 came out. 8.0 is in the works. I'm honestly shocked that they haven't announced a fan fest yet. I was doing some math earlier, and my prediction is that 8.0 is going to drop in like November, December, because I realized it's August. 7.3 just dropped. Most likely, depending on like holidays and stuff, 7.4 will probably be November or just like, or I'm sorry, either December or January, because patches are usually 4 or 5 months. So December, January, about around there, which means 7.5 will probably be like April or June, maybe July, which puts us at like November, December for 8.0. The fact that they have not announced a fan fest yet, and like it's not even about like, oh, we're roughly a year out from 8.0, probably. We're at 7.3. We're 2 patches away from next expansion, and they haven't announced a fan fest yet. That's why I'm a little confused, but we'll see. They've got to announce it soon, right? Or they're just not doing a physical fan fest, and it's all going to be virtual, which means maybe things will be more condensed than what we're used to. Anyway, on to the quest. Welcome aboard the Queen Lamine. First, an overview of her facilities. Slides! I would too. I just, logistically, I don't know how feasible they are these days because of how big the game has gotten. Every fan fest ends up being like fun and kind of worth going to, but also kind of a disaster. This venue was designed to incorporate Eorzea's premier summertime recreations. You name it, we have it. water chutes, a deluxe swimming bath, and a performance area, and, for the true thrill seekers, cannon rides. Cannons! Master Gegaruju spared no expense for this year's fair, and its novelty has garnered swarms of visitors. But when you're out on the water, there's no telling when disaster might strike. Fortunately, we've hand-selected a team of elite swimmers for such an eventuality. Lamin's Coast Guard is standing by to help visitors in need. It is to this force that we would recruit you, providing you're willing. Any incentives I should know about? You will, of course, be compensated, and the stylish Uldan-made uniform will be yours to keep. Alright, count me in. Your first task will be a simple patrol. Speak with our guests and ensure everyone is having a safe and enjoyable time here. Checking in with your colleagues is also standard protocol. Once you've made your rounds, report back to me. Okay. Ah, but your uniform. Ask Pobiano and she'll find one in your size. Get dressed and start patrolling, guardswoman. I'm counting on you. Because, yeah, there wasn't a bathing suit last year, was there? I don't think there was. You'll need to be properly dressed for your patrol. Fabiano will have a uniform in your size. Let me check something. I don't even remember what the rewards were last year. Right, it was an emote. And just the emote. Okay. Makes sense. Things are usually a little thin. No, it's been a couple years since the Power Ranger outfit. Last year it was the fan emote. This one. And that's why Shizune doesn't have a bathing suit. Maybe the Power Rangers one was the year before. Because, yeah, Shizune doesn't have a bathing suit glamour. Other than, like, the basic one that you get from either veteran rewards or achievement points. Thanks for joining the Coast Guard. Let's get you dressed for the job. Now, where did I put the Aura-sized uniforms? Ah, here you are. You'll find the tail hole is a godsend. Off you go, then. These facilities won't patrol themselves. So I'm guessing the tail hole is only in the pants and not in the jacket, because that is just it clipping through the jacket. Just have there be a little split in the back of the coat where my tail goes. Those uniforms sort of look like the yellow jackets of Limsa Lumenza. Are they supposed to? Maybe. Anxious as I am to see what's aboard the Queen Lamine, I'd be a fool not to listen to the Coast Guard's lecture. Safety first, as they say. Say it for me one more time. If ever you're in danger or need assistance, seek the color yellow. Right you are. Lamine's Coast Guard is working tirelessly to ensure the safety of all. May your fellow guard shine, may our yellow guard shine like a beacon for for those in need. Oh, my apologies. I didn't see you there. Another adventurer come to join the Coast Guard, I take it. Oh yeah, you know, weird. On my main, I've been playing since he first became an adventurer and helped him build up his confidence. But we're in the Twilight Zone right now where nobody knows me. As you can see, I'm teaching our guests how to spot us. Lucky we're all wearing this eye-catching shade of yellow, eh? Hold on. You don't suppose the artisan who crafted our uniforms chose this color for that very purpose, do you? What an astonishing level of forethought. I'd better put as much effort into my lecture as the weaver put into this uniform. I could have sworn we'd had at least one other quest that involved him since I started playing on this character. Also, one moment. I gotta fix something. There we go. Much better. Every ounce of consideration sewn into this uniform will be passed on directly to our guests. I'll make sure of that. And you're still just saying the same thing. All right. And now we go down here. I'm gonna hide my weapon. Much better. Another guard, I take it. If you have a moment, I need to speak with you and your comrade here. Oh, fantastic. I was hoping another guard would come along. There's a bit of trouble. It's hard to see from the surface, but this beam's starting to splinter. Thought I'd alert the Coast Guard before someone gets hurt. I wanted to report the issue straight away, but I need to make sure that other guests do not approach this area. Could you consult Hermega about this in my stead? We'd do well to send it for repairs. Much obliged to both of you. We're all in safe hands with you lot on patrol. So wait, your plan was just to sit here and wait and hope somebody would come by? First of all, oh wait, that's a player. Do you guys not have link pearls? Don't forget to mention the splintering beam to Hermega, alright? Now, asking the important question, will it let me fire myself out of the cannon ride while I'm doing this quest? No! Boo! Oh, I'll just jump. Oh! Benefon! Joined the Coast Guard, have you? From this post, I shall keep a watchful eye on our cannon riders. And in such comfort, here in the water, this magnificent uniform is as a second skin. The artisan who stitched these is unmistakably a master of their craft. Were I to have the opportunity, I should very much like to thank them. This thrill, it speaks to me, and now I simply must speak to you. My great-grandmother, she originally hailed from the South Sea Isles, where our people catapult themselves into the treetops to dislodge coconuts. That's kind of hilarious. Is a cannon ride a catapult, I thought? Only one way to find out, and so I recklessly launched myself, rocketing through the air as my courageous ancestors once did. Yes, to honor their memory, I think I'll go another round. Welcome back, my friend. Anything to report? Well, now that you mention it. The water chutes have a splintering support beam. I'll arrange for repairs straight away. As for our other guests, I'm glad to hear that all is well. It sounds like our uniforms are serving their purpose admirably. No doubt the weaver who made them would be glad to hear... Help! My leg! Someone save me! Splash. Did you hear that? Sounded like someone in trouble. Someone is in need. Quick, take this spyglass and find them. Hurry! Time is of the essence. All right. Can't I click on these? I can click on them for fun. These guests look to be at peace on the water. Perhaps assistance is needed elsewhere. Any other fun ones? No, I can't click on her? That's no fun. Nope. Okay, I know. Oh, maybe I have to zoom in more. This guest is merely enjoying the sights. Your aid is not to be, or is not like to be required. How come only some of these will let me click? Sure. Already talked to, or clicked on them. The person just swimming. No, all right. Okay. Uh-oh. A lone guest floats face down in the water. She needs help. I'm sure the fact that I took my time to explore everything else won't be a problem, right? I'm sure she's fine. Over there. Leave it to me. I can breathe underwater, which means everybody else can too, right? Phew. Who knew this thin fabric would feel so heavy in the water? Should have thought to wear their uniform myself. I can't thank you enough. My legs seized up and the current began pulling me out to sea. You should come and rest a while on deck. We have a healer aboard who can take a look at you. I confess I'd hoped to introduce the two of you in a more dignified fashion, but oh well. Introduce us? How embarrassing. Any road, let's return to the Queen Lamine. I'll explain everything there. Sounds good. Okay, you have a good night, Ash. One more stretchy and posture check and hydrate just for you. And then I get to spend the rest of the night shrimping and dehydrating myself, right? Hang on, is the water spout on this side closer? Nope. Oh. Not allowed? Oh, I forgot to talk to her. Oh well. Good news. According to the healer, no lasting harm was done. And we have your sharp eye to thank for it. Now then, it's time the two of you were properly acquainted. This woman is none other than... Hamaga! We just got word of the rescue. Is the poor soul all right? Ah, you three. All is well, all is well. Allow me to introduce Tizanza, the Uldan weaver responsible for the peerless uniforms you're all wearing. An honor to make your acquaintance. I was anxious to see if my pieces were functioning as intended, so I decided to participate in the festivities as a guest. I'm afraid my exhaustion from work caught up to me at a critical moment. I can only apologize for the trouble I've caused. No trouble at all. Your successful rescue is but proof that your clever design functions precisely as you intended. Is that not so? That's true. Even at a considerable distance, my eyes were naturally drawn to that vivid yellow. I am glad to know that my design does what little it can do to help keep people safe. You're too humble by half. These uniforms give us the confidence to do our jobs, both in and out of the water. Truly? You're too kind. Now I can return to my atelier with an easy heart. Leaving so soon? Surely you've earned a break from your work. Come, stay a while. And speaking of earning things, that uniform is now yours, Shizune. May you wear it with pride. Hooray! Oh, how very generous, Hamaga. You fully intend to prevail upon her aid for the remainder of the festival, don't you? No, Bah! Break time's over. Back to work, the lot of you. As for you, Shizune, feel free to enjoy the fair to your heart's content. But as always, safety first. Yay! Okay, for now. I'm just gonna equip this stuff normally. I will make a glamour plate of it later. Oop. But at least for now, I wish there was a highlighter blue. I wish they'd add a neon blue to the game. But until they do, I'm just gonna have to make do with this. Now, have I know I'm not interested in messing with that too much. What does the second dye channel do? Oh, okay. Yeah, imagine this, but like if there was a highlighter blue color that we could use. Oh, nope, not that one. Hopefully eventually. They did just add like neon pink and a couple of other neon colors recently, so maybe soon. All right, in the meantime, now that I'm beach appropriate, as much as I can be until I get to Island Sanctuary, woohoo! Let's explore the water real quick. We have to do Yeah, I mean, they just added last patch, like metallic dark blue and a few other metallics and some highlighter or neon colors. Okay, anyway, it's time for one of my favorite. No, do I have to finish Endwalker for them to show up? Okay, if you've gotten far enough in Endwalker anyway, Amanelaine and Sicard will be here, but apparently I'm not far enough for that. Boo. Also, because I'm not far enough, if you're far enough in MSQ, then there'll be Loprits dancing over here. We do have Chloe, Zoe, and what's her name? Zoe's me kitten friend. Is the minion dude here? Oh, yep, there he is. The little fox guy sitting on that Vera man's lap. That's not a minion. That's an NPC. I don't think the eyes are right, but I swear this character looks like Monago. Zanza is over here. So much of my life was spent cooped up in a workshop. When it comes to recreation, I fear I'm woefully out of my depth. I considered the cannon ride, but Hermaga seemed to think it was too soon for me to go swimming again. I suppose he's right. Yes, I think I'll be satisfied, simply bearing witness to the merriment. The memory of this day shall energize me during even the most complex commissions. I'm glad to be out of that freezing seawater. Now to sit back and relax. For God's sakes, is that Battlefront lining up for the cannon ride? I'm going to need a stiff drink. I don't know. Is it? With my shift thus concluded, I intend to swim, dance, and frolic to my heart's content, starting with the cannon ride. It was torture, I tell you, being forced to stand there and watch everyone else have the time of their lives. Now they shall watch as I soar like a bird. Me first. Yeah! Swoosh. Are these anybody I know? Nah, these just look like there are generic NPCs. What about over here? Anyone? Nope. Over here? No. Okay. There's nobody over here, right? I realized I never looked on my main over here. Okay. Then I believe the only other thing I am missing is if we go all the way up here. Oh, look who we have. How funny. It's Roswin and Carveline flirting. Whee! Anyway, I think I'm gonna do the jump puzzle while... Oh, wait, no. I know something's even more fun than the jump puzzle. Oh, also, okay, what's really funny... Just shack up already, please. Jeez. How do you think I feel? I've been playing this game for like, what, 12 years now? But anyway, okay. If you're far enough that Amanelaine and Sicard show up, they're both wearing the same chest piece for glamour. And it's like not even the default color, but it's still the same shade of blue. What just happened? YouTube Studio just, like, shut off on my iPhone. That's great. Okay, there we go. Don't know why that happened. But yeah, like, it is dyed the same shade of blue. They coordinated that shit. Not beating the husband's allegations at all. My sister's been following me like a shadow all day long. Someone's got to make sure you get your work done, she said. Can you believe it? Yes. Admittedly, my adventuring duties have kept me rather busy of late. Now that my shift is over, I see no reason not to spend some proper time with her. Good boy. I have heard full speech so many times I can recite it all by myself. Does that mean I can join the guard too? Sorry, kiddo, I don't think you meet the height requirement. But yeah, what's also neat is every time you go on the slide, when your character flies, it's a different pose. Woo! Which has resulted in me being way too amused by it. And there we go. And fly. And then I guess I will spend the last minute trying the Sam jump puzzle on this character. I am very good and talented at this game. Go. There we go. There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back from the ads. Oh, hang on. I managed to salvage that. Nope, I can't make that jump. I know some people are able to make that jump without, using sprint, but not me. Anyway, let's head back to Old Charlian now that we've finished the event. And continue with side quests. Moonfire Fair did not get me to level up. So, we have a little bit more we need to do. The box is locked tight. Should you choose to undertake this quest, know that guidance from the journal, duty list, and map will be limited. You will need to read the text carefully and decipher the clues to determine your course of action. Alright. You're Shizune Deska, are you not? I've been looking for you. I'm an adventurer too, and I've been tasked with delivering this letter and box to you. Though I can't say who sent them, rest assured that my client means you no ill. My work is done, so I'll leave you to it. But I suggest you start by reading the letter. Dear Shizune, There is a gift for you in the box, if you can open it. To do so, you must acquire 3 keys, the keepers of which are somewhere in Charlian. To solve the following riddles, or solve the following riddles to find them. And do try to have fun. This is a game, after all. Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze. By young minds inquiring, and new trails blazed. Yet the mind is a muscle, in rest doth it grow, or rest it doth grow. So let all embrace slumber, the better to know. By life ever flowing, a keeper doth wait, clutching a prize, his hunger to sate. Yet no prize is so coveted as one golden hued, the mention of which is never thought rude. Blessed by the nymphi, a keeper doth stand, enthralled in a tale, a book in his hand. Yet evocative as letters on parchment may be, 'tis words said and heard which impel destiny. Find the 3 keepers by using the hints in the letter. You may review the letter in your inventory. Okay. So, let's start with the first one. Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze, by young minds inquiring, and new trails blazed. Yet the mind is a muscle, and rest it doth grow, so let all embrace slumber, the better to know. Okay, I think that's probably Numenon or the... I almost called it the Scholasticate. The Studium. But, like, maybe near people who are sleeping by the Studium instead of at the Studium itself? Hey, buddy! I know this isn't the answer to the quest. I just think it's funny. Ah, Shizune! I have come to this studium in order to study the ways of pudding. Alas, my creations don't jiggle as they should just yet, but I persevere. Good. Glad to see the world is ending and you have your priorities straight, Pudding Way. Okay, you have a good night, Danny. See you tomorrow. Okay. Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze. So does that mean they're actually looking towards the studium? Or are they watching people in the studium? I'm gonna check all the rooms first. So is it somebody sleeping? Is it somebody on the path to the studium? Okay, I'm not seeing anybody in here. Oh, that's not Swift's song, which I also... Man, I did it again. Peloton. It's called Peloton now. It's been called Peloton since Stormblood. What the fuck is wrong with me? Okay. But, well, here's two people who are sitting. Wait, maybe it's not the studium. Maybe it's Numenon. Let me make sure, because young minds inquiring and new trails blazed. So the library? Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze, by young minds inquiring and new trails blazed. That would either be the school or the library, right? But I'm not seeing anybody here. Yet the mind is a muscle and rest doth it grow. So let all embrace slumber, the better to know. Is the person sleeping? Are they someplace where people sleep? It wouldn't be the Baldesian Arsenal, like, sleeping areas, would it? Could somebody be sleeping here? No, you guys are just kind of sitting, huh? There's a few other little gazebo things up here, right? Let's check there. Definitely not sleeping. Let me check over here. Oh, I didn't realize there was a bench here. Cute. Nice little spot to AFK. Okay, so whatever it is, it's not here. Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze. So they're gazing towards the school. But from where? In the school or the library? Unless it is about the students of Baldesian? Let me head over to the general direction of the annex and see if it isn't something. Oh no, wait. That's where the quest starts. Because these are young minds aspiring or inquiring. Nope. No. I'm gonna guess one of them is at the bookstore. Over here? No. But there are some other little book nooks around here. Let's see here. By life ever flowing, a keeper doth wait, clutching a prize, his hunger to sate. Yet no prize is so coveted as the... Oh, by life ever flowing. So... by one of the fountains, right? Life ever flowing would be water. Not this one. I'm kind of jumping around between... West. The fountain is up here. Ah! Greetings, Shizune. That you've sought me out means you've read the letter and solved the riddle besides. Oh, these don't have quest markers. Okay. All of our master's pupils, or of all our master's pupils, your comrade is the least poetic by far. But that's never stopped him from trying to woo the ladies with song. He truly is hopeless. Still, it's good to see him hale and whole. From what Master tells us, he's been through a lot. The next time you see him, do pass along my regards. And here, of course, is your key. I see. So, I need to find somebody... in the direction of either Numenon or the Studium. Who is... Okay, I wasn't seeing things. You do have a book floating in front of you. Who is sleeping, probably. Because, yeah. Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze, but by young minds inquiring and new trails blazed. Yet the mind is a muscle, and rest doth it grow, so let all embrace slumber, the better to know. Oh, wait, do I need to slash doze next to somebody? Is that what it's saying? There's either somebody around here I need to talk to, or I need to slash doze near them. Okay. We got this. It can't be pudding way. Because... he wouldn't be here unless I'd done the other quest, and this quest was available when I... started him. Or before I did his quest, I mean. Okay, it's not you. Someone's staring... either at or... Okay. Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze, by young minds inquiring and new trails blazed. Yet the mind is a muscle. Okay. So there's either somebody in the library or the studium that I need to slash doze next to, maybe? No. Not you. Probably not you. Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze, by young minds inquiring and new trails blazed. So it's talking about... It's got to be talking about the scholastic hit, or the no. Is there some place where I'm supposed to slash those? Maybe those are players. That's an NPC. Nope. You're not looking towards the studium. Oh, sleepy student. Here we go. You're gazing towards the studium. Oh, I worked on a report all night, and it's all I can do not to doze off in class. I thought the fresh air might help me wake up. Did that work? I did it! Sleepy student question mark. I've been waiting for you, Shizune. Here, my master bade me give you this key. To go so far as to disguise himself as a woman, it shows how much he wanted to meet you in person. Huh? Anyway, I've played my part, so I'll return to my training. Enjoy the rest of the game. It'd be cool if we'd been able to meet him in like, actually. What if this had been part of MSQ and then, totally, definitely, we Promi, not Thancred, had to be like, Master, what are you doing? Why are you playing pranks on my friend? Okay, and the last one is, blessed by the nymphi, a keeper doth stand, enthralled by a tale. Oh, a book in his hand. Yeah, evocative as letters and parchment may be. His words said and heard, which impel destiny. Oh. By life ever flowing, a keeper doth wait, clutching a prize, his hunger to say. Oh, hunger to say. It's not okay. The guy by the fountain was number 3. Hunger to sate. There's somebody at the last stand. Let's see here. Is there anybody I'm not used to seeing here? Or is it you? Because when you did that side quest earlier, you were real excited about your food. Nope. You? No. You? Hail, adventurer. Places above, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Okay. Is it you? No. By life ever flowing, a keeper doth wait, clutching a prize his hunger to sate, yet no prize is so coveted as one golden hued, the mention of which is never thought rude. Do I have to say something near somebody? Okay. By life ever flowing. So, near water, but with food in hand? Is there somebody by water who is eating a sandwich? Ever flowing implies to me river. So somebody standing by... that's leading into Labyrinthos. That's not quite the same. There is a river up here. I'm just checking around as I go. No. Also, what is it asking me to mention? Gil? Am I supposed to say something in say chat? Not seeing anybody over there. There are a couple of rivers around here. So if it's not this one, could it be over here? Okay, let's see here. Is there anybody by this part of the river? Oh! It's a... Aww! Hi, buddy. Okay, this is the answer. Could this nutkin be the one of the keepers? Perhaps you should review the letter. Coveted as one golden hued, the mention of which is never thought rude. Gil? What's the golden hued thing? Do I have a nutkin minion on this character? Hang on. There we go. Inspired by the words of Millith Ironheart, the staring squirrel longs to travel the realm in search of the legendary acorn. There we go, golden acorn. former nutkin, excuse me? Well done, my friend. From the tales I heard about you, I expected you to find me in short order, and you did. Heard from who, you ask? Oh, just a man I admire. It was due to his influence that I decided to train under the same master. What a joy to see him again after all these years. My disguise I chose because I felt it'd be a good match for him. Quite convincing, don't you think? Ah, but before I forget, here's your key. I'll let you get back to the game, but when you have a moment, I'd love to hear some of your tales. Cool, where do I find you? Mr. Former Nutkin, question mark? If that is your real name? There we go. And back to the locked box. The keys unlock the box, which you open to reveal your gift, along with another letter. Dear Shizune, allow me to congratulate you for solving the riddles. As promised, the gift is yours to take. A long time ago, Master Louis Sois left a little troublemaker in my care. At his behest, I taught the boy everything I knew in the ways of survival and infiltration. After years away from these shores, the boy has returned a man. By the set of his face alone, 'tis plain he has matured greatly. A product of his time with the Scions, I do not doubt. I thank you for being there for him, and ask that you continue to do so. Lastly, I ask that you forgive me for not saying this directly. In spite of myself, I've never been good at expressing heartfelt sentiments in person, hence this letter. The manner of its delivery, at the very least, I wish to make interesting, and I hope you derived some enjoyment from it. Huzzah! Level 89. Heck yeah. Speaking of level 89. Haha. Haha. It's fine. Enter the main hall. Yep. Hey, Thancred, you'll never guess who I met on my way here. Not that I'm complaining, Urianger, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Aetheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loporits a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Kryl tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I've news to share regarding our study of the Ethereal Sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest, and so I would rather hear them first. To what revelations did Heidelin's Elpis flower lead? You guys might actually, like, I know I keep saying this, but you guys might want to sit down for this. So remember when Graha traveled back in time? Then this dynamis is what drives the final days. We knew that already. We were calling it Akasha. And if it and Akasha are one and the same, this all but proves Nidana's theory. We're an entity through sheer force of emotion to channel this vast dormant reservoir into a raging river. Its power might surpass even that of ether. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Medion. Or rather, the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she has been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred, drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single person, or purpose, the destruction of Aetheris. Then our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Medion. You make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Medion and we deliver the world from the final days. But to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Medion escaped, an enchantment was placed on her by Vana, the woman who would become Hydaelyn. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Hydaelyn and the Vana you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I wager that Hydaelyn possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Medion? The Vana I know would never give up, but I don't think Hydaelyn is the Vana I know anymore. So, no, but Medion is still out there. Aye, though not for lack of trying on Hydaelyn's part. Surely that's why she used me as a conduit for her will, and provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So, what's the second condition? Probably going to space. We must find a means to reach Medion. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. Space. When communing with Hydaelyn, then communing with Hydaelyn must be by necessity come first. Did you and Master Matoya have any luck in your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not, though we enlisted the help of Arnvald and the other Echo-blessed allies. We couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Hydaelyn, even from within the Anti-Tower. Master Matoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Hydaelyn. But we literally just talked to Hydaelyn via the Anti-Tower in Heaven's Word. Like, what happened that she's not there anymore? I know we talked to her through Nymphilia, but if so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, built closer to home. Sorry to interrupt. We've just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. Then Father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. There's so many things about this expansion where it's either a very convenient 11th hour reveal that retcons a bunch of stuff, or like that they seem to have added to the game just to conveniently avoid acknowledging the idea that maybe the Warrior of Light and others were tempered by Hydaelyn. Or it's something where like I asked the question why and I received silence in return. To think the Crystal Tower of the First is capable of such feats as sending one's soul into the distant past. The events you witnessed and helped shape may yet hold the key to forestalling the final days. Graha, you're from the past! Or from the future! Of a different timeline! I'm reminded of dear friends in a future I unmade. It's actually still out there, but we don't know that. Whose selfless efforts saw the 8th Umbral Calamity averted. In this timeline, at least. Too much has been sacrificed for us to abandon Aetheris now. After sending Graha and Estinian back to Garlemald, I stayed in Locus Aminos for a time, in turmoil before the onset of the final days. You wouldn't believe the difficulties we had overseeing the evacuation of the villages we visited. I have faith the detachment we left behind will continue our work and shepherd the people to safety. To what safety can be found in a world coming to an end. Master Matoya has suspected for some time that the Forum has been constructing a new facility for the purpose of surveying the Ethereal Sea. Of course, as the custodian of the Anti-Tower, which would presumably be rendered obsolete as a result, she has a few things to say about that. Nothing that should be repeated in polite company, you understand. After you left for Garlemald, I went to Labyrinthos and tried to reach Heidelin using the Elpis flowers. Alas, my attempts were in vain. I can only assume that she spent a vast amount of her power in the confrontation with Fandaniel and is presently unable to communicate. Indeed, as her presence left my body, I could feel how faint it had grown. I hope you don't mind me staying behind while you attend your big meeting. The rostra reminds me a bit too much of the supremely scary tribunal in Nishgard. You'll forgive me if I keep my distance. Father has granted us the opportunity we've been waiting for. Though we know not what information, if any, they intend to reveal, there's only one way to find out. To the rostra. Well, that was a much quicker response than I was expecting. Nice to know our efforts on the Magna Galactus didn't go unnoticed. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of Hermes and his motives. But it's like we discussed at the Great Work. When faced with the harsh realities of life, some seek the release of death. Others grow defiant. They fight. Either way, it is our right to choose. 'Twas Heidelin's commandment that in the event Zodiark should perish, the Loprits were to deliver the people of Aetheris from harm. Though that be the limit of their duties, they possess knowledge unparalleled of the great expanse and the means of its traversal. Should they be persuaded to assist us, or assist in our efforts to reach Medion, we would do well to heed their counsel. Alright, let's go. The forum is in session, and as such, the rostra is closed to visitors. Even to me? A scion of the 7th Dawn? Very well, you may wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, the sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. I suggest you make your way inside. The forum takes a rather dim view of lateness. What if I just stick my head in here? That's funny. I thought they were in session right now. Did the steward lie to me? I think he lied to me. How dare he? Doesn't he know who I am? I mean, obviously he didn't, because he didn't realize I was a scion, but still!
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter.
Uh-huh.
We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
Depends. What's the proposal?
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn at their request on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzad-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzad-Han was foremost among these. But since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
That's not a yes.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct.
What does that mean?
This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
"'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself.
This is what we do.
Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
Vote for your kiddo's plan, Fortuno. No! Put up your hand! Papa! Well, at least we won him over.
71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuno, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Okay, I think I'm actually gonna wrap it up there, and we will finish this quest and go on to the next one tomorrow. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for joining me. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that follow button. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Twitch. Right now, for every sub that I get on Twitch, I am walking a mile. I probably have some numbers I need to update. Because I just realized things are out of date. But yeah, also, if we're at 100 subs at the end of August, I have to play Left 4 Dead 2 with you guys, for your entertainment. Why? Because people voted for it in the Discord. Every month, if I hit a sub goal that I have set, I do a thing voted for by the community. If you want in on that in future months, be sure to join the Discord so that you can be in on the voting, and also join in on other shenanigans. You can also follow me on Tumblr and Blue Sky. I'm Cheese in both places. And yeah, like I said, I'll be back at 7:30 tomorrow with more Final Fantasy XIV. 8 o'clock on Friday will be Friday Night Rights. 4:30 on Sunday, more Final Fantasy XIV. In the meantime, let's find somebody on Twitch to raid. Is anybody who I follow on Twitch? Nah. Floof is doing art. Are there any streamers doing early Final Fantasy XIV stuff? It is Tuesday. It is reset day. So, let's see if we can find any Sproutos that we can raid. Oh, that's not who I meant to click on. What is this? Where are you? And oh, is this, wait, is this somebody actually just starting? Oh. Okay. Oh, this is like a baby sprout. Okay, yeah, we're gonna raid Foxfire 47. Who is like, it looks like just starting out. Like they're talking to Miyun right now. So yeah, we're gonna raid Foxfire 47. And until I see you guys again, I hope you have a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. Bye-bye.